Hello, everyone. I thought I'd share with you today a change that I've recently made to my own ways of working, my own systems. And when I share this with you, some of you are probably going to decide that I've gone right off the deep end, and some of you are probably going to think, interesting, maybe some food for thought there. So anyway, here we go. Here's the change. I found on a streaming service, I found a sound file. It's not a song, it's a sound file. And what it is it's a 2-hour long sound file which simulates what you hear when you're in an airplane seat, right? So you're up at altitude, you can hear the engines, that sort of gentle rumble of the engines. And I use this a lot. It's as I say, it's a 2-hour file. I loop it so that it plays over and over again sometimes. And again, you might be wondering, what's the point? Well, here's what I came to. Here's the realization that I've come to. Now that lockdowns are starting to ease and we're traveling more for business, one of the things that I realized was I'm really productive when I'm on airplanes. Really productive. I'm undistracted, right? Because there's no getting up to make a cup of tea or wandering over to the fridge. There are no emails, messages, texts, whatever arriving, okay, because I'm not online. So when I'm on an airplane, I'm hugely productive. And so the thought that occurred to me was, how could I recreate that experience to a certain extent? So I found this, on my music streaming service. I found this, this sound file, and it's been really interesting for me. It does have the effect that it gets me into a much more settled and a much more productive mental state. Okay. Sometimes, just to add to the effect, I also will on my email and calendar, all of my messaging apps, I'll turn on airplane mode, which I suppose is kind of appropriate given what I'm talking about. But the idea there is then there's nothing new that's coming in, right? So now I really am recreating the experience of being on an airplane, and it does have the intended results. It results in me getting more done, being less distracted. So my question for you, and I'd be very grateful if you'd share any thoughts and any experiences that you have, is what is it, what is your productive location, your productive state, and is there anything that you do to artificially create it for yourself at those times where you're not actually in that state, right? You're not in that place, but you want to create it as far as you can. Okay? Drop us a note at info@next-action.co.uk. I'd be very, happy to hear from you. Maybe Robert Peake and I, when we do one of our podcasts, will highlight some of the answers that we get. So I hope that was helpful. If you want to hear more about these podcasts as they're published, please do hit subscribe and hit like if you liked what you saw and heard today. And we'll look forward to being in touch soon. Bye for now.